Assalamualaikum and hello YouTube. My name is Nur Muhammad from NMWatch and we are back with another AliExpress sales for March 2022, right? So as you guys maybe when I release this video, so AliExpress will be having another sales from 28th of March until 1st of April 2022, and I think, right, so if you guys have been eyeing this particular San Martin Explorer series, this is a good time, and let's see what's in the store for today. Let's do a quick wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing my favorite San Martin of 2021. This is the SN004. This is the pencil hands version with this leather dial, right? So awesome looking 38mm diverse vintage diver case, and yeah, I still love it, but the love has been shifted, right? So can I say love has been shifted? I'm not really sure, but yeah, but still, you know what, I think that these are my favorite watches of 2022, and let's go into why. Right, so let's go. Right, so let's just pick three of them. So basically what San Martin has done, they have released the SN021 37mm Explorer watches, right? So they started with the SN021A-1, which I don't have here because I don't think it looks good, because it has that matte black dial with a printed indices, which for me looks a little bit blunt, and it doesn't really, you know, it doesn't really, I don't know, something is off about that particular watch. But that watch has actually had quite a lot of great reviews on all over YouTube, but yeah, still I'm not really interested. But after that, when San Martin produces this SN021A-2, I was like, that's interesting, because this thing has the OP dial, right? So where we have this what do you call this, baton indices, right? So baton indices, and what they San Martin did differently is that they put the Explorer hands, or the Mercedes hands, on this particular watch. So that also triggers some reaction to my videos. To inside the comment section, they say that San Martin should have gone with the OP hands, but you know what, San Martin is trying to do their own thing, so yeah, it is what it is, right? So let's do a quick dimension check for these particular pieces, right? I have a few notes here, so if you guys hearing me pausing because I'm looking at my notes right now, right? So this, let's go with the San Martin SN021A-1 first, right? So this one featuring a case diameter of 37mm from here to here, and but on the dial, on the bezel, it's actually 36mm, right? So a thickness of about 11.4, because including the flat sapphire crystal, and a lug to lug of 44.8, right? So, and a lug width of 20mm, right? So, and the crown dimension, right? So you know what, let's just talk about the crown later on, right? So the SN021B-1 and the SN021B-2 is featuring the same exact case, so I'm gonna be taking the dimension of this one. So this one is featuring again 37mm in diameter and a thickness of about 11.3, although this one is using a box domed sapphire crystal. They managed to maintain the thickness, or the thinness I must say, and it is 45.8mm from lug to lug, which is a whole 1mm longer than this one, right? So that is quite a difference there. And of course, they are featuring the exact same 20mm lug width, right? So where does this differ then? Alright, so the crown, let's talk a bit about the crown. So you can see here immediately, you can see that this crown is basically a whole lot bigger, right? So a whole lot taller compared to this one, and it is a whole lot bigger, right? So how big or how small it is? The crown diameter is 6.4mm on the SN021A-2, and the diameter on this one is 5.9mm. So just 0.5mm in diameter, but it does give it a you know what, this operating this crown is a whole lot easier, because it is not only 0.5mm bigger, but it is also 0.5mm taller, right? So this one 3.5mm tall, this one 3mm tall. So operating this crown is a joy compared to this one. This one it feels a bit difficult to screw in, because you know the PT5000 movement is quite a difficult movement, because it's quite tight when you are hand winding, right? So that's the crown difference. So basically SN021B-2 is also the same, right? So what about the weight then, right? So the weight on this particular piece, SN021A-2, weighs at about 127 grams. So basically I've took out two links from one from here and one from here, and it weighs at about 127 grams on this one, and then on this green OP right? So, and this one is 121 grams, right? So again, it is using the 4 micro adjust clasp here, 121 grams. But on the SN021B-2, it is 119 grams. That weight saving is because it is using this shorter crown, which has only 2 micro adjustment system, right? So before we go even further, all of these 3 watches, right, so when they are on sale or on the listings on AliExpress, they are all using this short clasp, right, which is very, very annoying, because you know, I will show you guys later, because it's very, very difficult for me to get a good grip, a good sizing on my 6.75 inch wrist or 16 centimeters wrist. So I will show you guys later on, right? So that is why you know what, if you are going to buy this thing, please negotiate with the seller. Can you get this buckle or not? Because they are basically selling this buckle, the longer one or even the shorter one, for the exact same price at about $34. So that is why you might as well, you know what, spend that money something else rather than buying a new clasp. So that's why please negotiate and get this longer clasp, right? So that's about the way, right? So the price, right? So on the, I'm gonna be giving you a link to the Saint Martin store on AliExpress, because they, you know, they give me some YouTubers discount or something like that. So that's why I'm gonna be, you know what, giving you the link to their store. This one on the upcoming sales, it will cost about $250, guys. So for a PT5000 movement, it looks awesome, and for the $250, yeah, it's definitely a bargain, right? So this one came out later, maybe about 1 month later, and of course the price has dropped a little bit, and you can get this one for around $271. This one, I think has just came out like 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, and it is still high, but still it on the AliExpress sales, you're gonna get this $277. So $6 bit difference between these two, and yeah, it all depends on the whether you like the Rolex style dial, or whether you like the Tudor style dial, right? So it's really up to you. Alright, so let's talk a bit more about the case design, right? So you can see here that this one, SN021A-2, featuring this quite a thicker lug, right? So you can see here the lug on this one is a whole lot thinner, right? So so this basically this one basically wears a bit bigger and heavier, because of course the extra weight that comes from this thicker lugs, and this one wears a bit lighter and much more comfortable feeling on the wrist, but the lug is a bit long, right? So you can see that it looks a bit long because of it is actually long, 1 millimeter longer, but because of the thin lugs, it makes it look longer whilst it is on the wrist, right? So that's the case design. Oh, the bezel, right? So this one is featuring quite a thick bezel compared to this one, right? So of course both are polished. This one features this one is a lot thinner bezel, and if you go to the side, if you look on the side, this is a whole lot taller bezel, and this one is a whole lot thinner. But they do that because they want to have that top hat sapphire crystal effect here. That is why they make this bezel thinner, which for me, I pretty much prefer this style of case, right? So just because of that tall domed top hat sapphire crystal, right? So of course, and this on the side we have this polish finishing. So basically it is basically the same thickness. The mid case is basically the same. So yes, the only difference is that like I mentioned just now. All right, so this one is also of course the same exact case as this one, so I'm not going to be talking about it. And the dial design, let's talk a bit more about the dial design. So this one, the SN021 021A-2 is featuring this matte green dial, but you can have a whole lot of option. If I am to do this again, if I am to buy this again, I'm definitely not going to be buying this green version, but I'm going to be buying this in this Tiffany blue dial, because Rolex also produces the OP in the Tiffany blue dial, and I think that is worth, that looks much more better. But if you don't like that Tiffany blue, they come in orange, and they come in green, sorry, orange and Tiffany blue, orange, yellow, and also this green and dark blue, and also black, right? So which is, you know, those three are much boring colors, I must say, right? So, and you can see that the indices featuring this stick indices, or your normal rectangular indices with a printed minute track in silver, because the automatic printing here is in silver, right? So if you compare it to this one, so this one is featuring this Explorer or vintage Explorer 3, 6 and 9 dial with that inverted triangle on the top, right? So this feature is it looks like an old vintage Rolex Explorer, but with an applied indices, right? So these both are featuring applied indices, but you can see here that these indices are much longer compared to this one. So yeah, you know what, if it's going to be the dial, I'm definitely going to be picking this, because I like vintage things. But yeah, still, if you guys prefer longer indices, this one is the way to go, right? So both featuring this matte dial with a BGW9 printing. But if you can see clearly, the indices it's featuring this off-white dial compared to the hands. This one is also similar. Even this one is also similar, right? So you can see off-white on the indices, but pure white on the hands. I don't know how they do that, but when they glow in the dark, they glow in blue. So yeah, if you are a bit picky, yeah, that might be a consideration point of to be considered, right? So, and this one is also featuring a silver printed minute indices, but you can see here that this one is featuring there's a big circle around the printed minute indices, right? So of course this one is mimicking or homaging the Tudor Black Bay 36, which for me looks cool, but I went for the Tiffany dial because you know what, I had to have it, right? So it looks so damn cool. All right, so other than that, the hands, yeah, of course the hands. This one is featuring the big huge Tudor snowflake dial, which some people really don't like, but I just love this handstand snowflake dial hands, which is available on the hour hands and also on the second hands. But I think the hour hands, right, it is a whole lot thicker compared to this SN021B-1, right? So if we compare this one to the it's basically a whole lot thicker. But if you compare this one, I think the hands on these two is basically similar, right? So that's about the dial, and let's talk about the bracelet, right? So all bracelet is basically the same, tapering from 20mm to 16mm, and like I mentioned just now, please guys, get it on the 4 micro adjust class, because I don't know guys, it's very difficult. You know what, let's just put it on and see how it looks. All right, so how it looks on my 6.75 inch wrist. So let's just put this on and show you how it looks like. 16 centimeters, right? So really size. So it looks big guys. It looks, even this, it is 37mm, it looks big because of that thick lug. And yeah, you can feel the weight on this one, right? So you can see that I have I can still put my fingers inside here, so that is good, right? So, and on this Explorer vintage style SN021B-1, right? So yeah, that looks very vintagey, and you can see I still have that gap there, right? So but on this small class, I don't know, it just doesn't work for me, at least for me, right? So you can see that there's virtually just a little bit of gap here. So I live in Malaysia where it is hot and humid, so yeah, it's not going to be comfortable when it is hot and sweaty. But oh my god, check out that Tiffany blue dial. Awesome looking dial, right? So yeah, that is definitely a consideration point that you must you would need to consider before you get the watch, right? So next up, this is okay. So if I am to if I am to do this again, sorry, if I am to pick the favorite of these three, right? So which one should I go for? Would I go for? Tough call, right? So from these three, I would definitely keep this one, right? So, but if I am to do this whole thing again and sell everything and get one, I would definitely go for the Tudor dial in black. Alright, so Tudor dial in black. I know something about this huge indices and huge hands make it looks absolutely cool in my mind. And the lume, right? So the lume, you need to check out this lume, right? So you know what? Let's just cheat a bit and give them a quick blast of UV, right? So let's just put it here. You know what? Let's just throw in the SN004. Okay, this is going to have that vintage super luminova, so it's not going to be that strong, right? So let's give it a quick blast, a bit more blast. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now you guys ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1, boom! Oh my god, check out that Tudor dial, guys. Wow, check that out. Super duper bright BGW9 super luminova. So of course Saint Martin never disappoint when it comes to lume, right? So this is the 021B-1 versus 021B-2. That looks absolutely cool. And the 021B-1, right? So it's not really that, it's not really that bad, but yeah, still I prefer the lume on this one because the the application is much bigger on this one, on this 3, 6, and 9, and of course we have that huge triangle there. And if you compare it to the to the SN004, yeah, this one not so good, but then still long lasting, right? So but still my favorite of these three is definitely the Tudor dial. It looks awesome on the lume department and also on the looks. Oh my god, that looks cool. All right, so let's in summary, should you get any of these three watches? Yeah, definitely, right? So because it's definitely a lot cheaper now, and of course AliExpress will be having quite a lot of sales throughout the year, and yeah, you just have to be patient and wait for the sales, because you know what, these things are how to say this, some of the comments that I receive in my videos saying that why would I buy Chinese watches, right? So when I could buy for the same price, I could go for the for the mainstream brand or even micro brands, right? So for me, yeah, that's a good point to say that, because you know what, so of this Chinese micro brand, they are a bit lacking on the warranty department, or the warranty claim department. But still, if I am to buy any AliExpress watches, I'm definitely going to go for Saint Martin, because you know what, I've had tons of Saint Martin reviews, and because I've got quite a lot of them in, and I've never ever had any single quality problem. So that says a lot of the brand. But and I review another brands such as Seaston or Philida or Pagani Designs or any other brands such as Hamdallah, they always have that quality issue. So not only on mine but also on some other reviewers watches as well, right? So yeah, that is why for me, Saint Martin cost a bit more, right? So anyway, that is my 2 cents. So if you guys disagree, please of course do let me know in the comment section below. But of course, if you want to get any of these watches, so please guys help to support the channel by using the link provided in the video description below, right? So if you guys like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. I can't really do this, big thumbs up. And if you want to see more future video reviews such as this one, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Happy shopping. Bye bye.